said go, goddammit.
Discord cut you off.
Well, go.
Okay. Welcome to the WEEABOOK CLUB. I'm your host, Angel the Chad Takamichi, here with Torin, Negi the Leak,
I am a kid teacher this day.
and Mage the Horny Furret.
Yes. I steal panties.
And today,
They're warm.
we are talking about Negima, the shonen manga that ran in Weekly Shonen magazine by Ken Akamatsu. He's known for his other works of Love Hina and currently serialized series UQ Holder.
Oh, is that still going?
Yeah, UQ Holder's still going.
Okay.
Fun fact. So, Negima is the
What's up?
first manga I ever owned. Volumes 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Love Hina is the first manga I ever finished reading all the way through, because my local library had the entire series in stock.
Interesting.
I have no real knowledge or experience with Love Hina. I actually read Negima a while ago when I was like full in on like some shonen fiend shit, and I was like, give me all the battle manga. And so like someone, I forget someone recommended me
Which you
Negima.
defend that Negima is a battle manga, though it takes over 2 volumes to get to a real battle.
10.
Well, I'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, I read. It's really funny because in the comments of the site that I was using to read Negima, there was like a battle guide. Like it was like, here's all the shit that basically actually matters, and then everything else you can skip, which is the guide I originally used. But this time I'm just gonna read it straight.
What a lame ass motherfucker. Alright.
What was I saying though? Oh yeah, I dropped like kind of halfway through the series because the scans got really bad.
Yeah. As for me, I only owned up to volume 4 or 5, and back then I didn't have internet or cell phone, and my local library didn't have it in its system at all. This was apparently manga turned in.
For
So
probably good reason.
no, they had nudity in the kids section manga, so
Okay.
I don't think libraries really read shit. They just like, okay, this has reviews, let's go.
This has a child on the cover. Yes, this is.
Its
Harry Potter.
demographic is young boys. Surely it is okay for young boys, which I mean, to an extent, it probably is. I guess.
I mean.
All right. Anyway, here at WEEABOOK CLUB, we every week will be reading several volumes of a manga, perhaps
Or a volume of
a light novel. Well, we'll do
Maybe once in a while we'll do a visual novel.
at least once a month. We are hoping. Mage will probably not join us on that journey, as in he is a selfish prick that only believes in Warframe and Final Fantasy as games.
Maybe I just don't want to go back full weeaboo and play a light novel. Maybe, possibly.
Visual novel.
Full weeaboo is reading a light novel. I played a visual novel way before I ever.
I think
Persona.
Yeah, I think
Persona
light
is a
novel
visual
is
novel
way
with
deeper.
turn-based combat.
I wouldn't say it's a visual novel.
I say it's good enough. Anyway, it's safe to say that Ken Akamatsu, that's how you say his name, right?
Yeah, Ken Akamatsu.
I really enjoyed his Love Hina series, which I do recommend if you're looking for just a straight up slice of life harem.
Isn't that like one of the early ones, Love Hina?
Yeah. Like
Ken Akamatsu is actually considered Love Hina is considered as the origin of harem manga and anime.
That is hilarious, since as far as I know, Negi is still the #1 harem protagonist that has a consistently large harem. Can you say that some of these girls actually are in love with him? Debatable, but there's enough of them there.
Mana Tatsumiya probably doesn't like Negi at all in that way. Also, there's some shit later down the line with Chow, but we'll get to that.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, these names I cannot for the life of me remember.
I'm looking at the class roster, so I'm cheating.
I also have the class roster up because I want to be able to
goddamn
say these
cheaters.
It's not cheating, it's being prepared. Anyway, so why don't we Sage, why don't you tell us what the story of Negima is as a synopsis? Not a summary of what we've read, but what the plot is.
Before I do that, y'all said your experience with this series, and I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, do you have any with the series or the author himself?
I watched the anime for UQ Holder because the idea of a society of immortals getting up to shenanigans was interesting, and I was disappointed with what it turned out to be.
I have no idea what the hell you just said because I've never tried UQ Holder.
All I know about UQ Holder is that romance adventure is a man's romance. That's all I know about UQ Holder.
Do y'all just want me to spoil the shit out of it?
No, we're gonna get to UQ Holder.
UQ Holder is the sequel, so we're going through Negima first.
Yeah, looking at Negima, and then from my experience of just UQ Holder, I'm like, how the fuck did we get here? So that's all I'll tell you.
I would also just like to mention that if you like the character designs of Negima, you'll like the girl designs of Love Hina because they're very similar. He definitely has the types that he prefers to draw.
He
like
has
most mangaka artists. So tell us, what is Negima about? Who is Negima the Leak?
Actually, his name isn't Negima, it's just Negi.
Point being, who is the Leak child?
He is a 10-year-old Chad.
9-year-old. He's 9. He's on his 10th year. He's not even 10.
He's a 9-year-old Chad magician.
What a Chad.
He's a fucking Chad. How he gets... So we start off in a magic academy. They're graduating. What I'm assuming is like magical elementary school.
You don't gotta give us a play-by-play, just what is the overall plot so far of Negima?
He graduates from magical elementary school, and magic diploma sorting hat thing tells him go be a teacher in Japan. Just cause. For magic reasons.
Alright. I'm going to take over from here.
Mm-hmm.
So, Negi is a 9, almost 10, as he likes to say, year-old boy who, in order to become a full magister under his academy's teachings, which we don't find out that much about in these first few volumes, he must...
I believe they say a magister magi is like just like a real mage that like helps tons of people or something.
Yeah, but in order to do it, you got to be accepted by the wider society of it, I suppose.
Yeah. Also, I think we should mention that we're covering the first 3 volumes of Negima, which cover the child teacher arc. Did we?
From child teacher to Evangeline
arc.
Yeah, we said at the beginning we read the first 3 volumes.
All right. So in order to pass his final test to become a magister, he must go abroad and teach at an all-girls middle school in Japan to be their English teacher. Which I am curious about how intelligent Negi really is and how much of it's actually helped by his magic. Like
they say he graduated from Oxford, which we don't know if that's true.
Well, he also told us that his linguistics level is that of college level.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny for English. I don't know if they automatically learn other languages, but if he was comparing it to the Japanese level, then yeah, he would be able to speak both languages fluently.
He did say he learned Japanese in like 3 weeks.
Did he say that? I don't remember reading
that line,
but that is
I think impressive. He says that.
He definitely is a boy genius, but we also find that a lot of his, at least athletic abilities, are helped by his magic.
9.
And without them, he is a child.
He's a little boy.
He's a 9-year-old boy, yes. Without magic, he can do the thing. He only has the powers of a 9-year-old boy.
So he arrives in Japan and becomes the homeroom teacher, currently under probation for the first 2 volumes of class 3A? Or is it 2A?
2A.
2A. It's 2A because they're second years.
They become third years in the 3rd volume.
Mm-hmm.
So,
convenient.
Yeah.
He's replacing Chad
Takamichi, the greatest character, which we unfortunately won't get to know.
Volumes. Currently, all we know is that they are friends.
And that the main tsundere has a big ol' crush.
All right, yeah. So and then of course he meets the main girl, the heroine of the manga, Asuna Kagurazaka. Is that correct, Angel?
You could tell me her name's Rice Bowl McPhee.
Who, unfortunately, because of the way manga is black and white, we don't really get to see that she has, what's the word? Hemocratic? What's the word when you have two different eyes?
Heterochromia?
Heterochromia.
I did not know. I didn't even know
that.
She has heterochromia.
That's never brought up.
One is blue, one is green. It's not important
that is
when
never
you're...
brought up.
It's really subtle, even in like I'm looking at like an anime screenshot. I think right now,
Yeah.
Is she supposed to have it?
Yeah,
because it's really subtle.
Some anime actually messed it up, and even in the main cover art for the omnibus, which is the version that I was reading, one of her eyes is closed, but one eye is green, one eye is blue. The anime adaptations have either A, ignored this, and B, messed it up throughout its series. And even sometimes on the cover art of the manga, because I was reading some stuff, sometimes they get it wrong, but yeah, she is heterochromic, she has blue and green eyes.
Bro, I've read like 180 chapters of Negima and I didn't know that.
You should try watching the animes again.
You feel like they would mention that.
They don't.
Never. Like, that should be, like, brought up. Especially if this is a black and white thing. Like, oh, she has, like, neat eyes.
Yeah.
Neat, differently colored eyes.
Sometimes they'll be brought up, but when it comes to the thing about colors, it's usually not.
Like, maybe, like, Negima's all like, oh, yeah, that's like a... That means good luck for mages. Or something.
Perhaps it's something random. Mysterious past.
Yes.
A lot of
luck
manga,
in romance.
A lot of manga and other comics that are in black and white features, such as Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Rosario plus Vampire, they'll have these characters with unique eyes or unique hairs, and they'll offhandedly mention it because unless you look at the cover art, the characters' hair colors don't change or their eye colors don't change except for get lighter or darker, black, white, grayscale. So it's not weird that we wouldn't notice it while reading, because to them in universe, yeah, they could bring it up and be like, oh, that's interesting. But the author probably didn't see much point into directly talking about it because it's black and white and us, the reader, can't tell the difference anyway.
I think that's why they should bring it up, so we like know that's a character trait.
But anyway,
that doesn't matter that much anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that much.
Negi and Asuna meet by Negi telling the poor gullible Asuna, who is in love with the Chad Takamichi, that she will have heartbreak, and then proceeds to blow up her panties.
Accidentally.
Wait, is that
a sneeze?
He doesn't blow them up in the first meeting, but he does sneeze on her and causes her skirt to fly, and then sneezes
so then he
again
has
and causes it to fly off.
the perfect power of Ken Akamatsu going, I don't have enough panty shots in this chapter to meet my quota. I guess I'll have Negi sneeze so we can reach it.
It is, yeah, because then he could just have Negi be in a room full of girls and get 6 panty shots in one and move on.
Yeah, like there's one chapter, I forget where, but like there's one where like there was almost like no panty shots, and then out of nowhere Negi just sneezes, and it's like, oh, I guess he wanted more panty shots this chapter.
He should really like bring up that maybe like Negi's like severely allergic to like pollen or some shit. Just so like there's a reason.
So
I guess not.
Periods, which is what the chapters are called, 1 through 4 are dedicated to growing this relationship between our two main characters, Asuna and Negi. So why don't we go into discussion about Asuna, like actual as a character? What do you think of her? Do you like her?
She's entertaining enough. Like,
she's reasonably annoyed.
Reasonably annoyed is definitely
What?
Like, this guy keeps fucking shit up.
One of the things I like about this is that while Negi's our protagonist and even the protagonist of a harem, Ken makes sure to show us that Negi is still a 9-10-year-old boy things like drawing into his class roster that at first Asuna's mean, and then that she's not that mean, she's actually really nice. Really wanting to pay her back and thinking he has to, even after her constant refusal to the fact. And other little things that just really show that this kid might be incredibly intelligent and good at his magic that he knows, but in the end, he's still a child.
That reminds me of like Negima is like Ken Akamatsu. He just read Hunter x Hunter, and he was like, I want to do this because Gon is kind of similar, like perhaps a little superficially, but he's fairly similar to Negi, because like Gon is just kind of this child, and he acts like one for all of Hunter x Hunter, and it influences his like decisions and all that stuff.
How old is Gon? I don't.
Gon is 12. I'm pretty sure. At the start of Hunter x Hunter, he's 12.
Okay.
And so the interesting thing is, if you read some of the extras in the volumes, Akamatsu himself actually mentions that the eyes were Negi's eyes were modeled after Gon.
That is interesting. I always like.
And I feel like it's even more interesting when you get to the festival arc, which we'll get to that when we get to that.
We'll get to that.
I just thought it was worth mentioning
in several volumes. No, we'll get to that in several volumes. We are not there. Hell, I never read that far because I couldn't find the manga back then.
Yeah, I just thought it was worth mentioning though that there's like clear Hunter x Hunter inspiration in Negima. It's a lot subtler early on, but I think it really comes forward during the festival arc.
So during these early days of Asuna and Negi learning to get along and become friends, we learn Asuna as a hard worker and such.
Just something I felt like we should mention. They live in the same room.
Yeah, they are. Not only are they roommates, because of Negi's childness and the fact that he used to sleep with his older sister, he constantly sleepwalks into Asuna's bed to sleep beside her. And by the end of Volume 3 and stuff, Asuna just accepts this and doesn't make a deal about it.
Like, yeah, this is gonna happen for me now.
This is life.
He's 9. He's 9.
He's not. It's not like Negi's trying to sexually molest Asuna. You could say that some characters try to sexually molest Negi. In fact, in volume
Incho-chan is one of them.
In volume I want to say 3, or it might have been volume 2, where there's the whole part of they believe Negi's looking for a wife.
Oh, that was 2.
At one point while they're in the bath scene trying to cheer him up, so I think it might have been 3.
No, that's 3. That's 3 for sure, because he gets depressed because...
Yeah.
Because...
That was 2? I read them chapter by chapter online and just looked up where to stop. I don't.
They start unpantsing him to kind of clean him, and they make a comment about how he can't get it up yet because he's too young. So he can't grow any bigger. And I read that and I was like, wow. I wouldn't say uncomfortable because I could just differentiate it's a drawing.
That's risque.
It's definitely risque for Ken to do.
If we're talking about this scene, this is the same one where I come in, the horny ferret.
That is true, but we're not there yet. Let's wait.
And they like grab. They're like trying.
Hey,
like
no, shut up. Let's not get there yet.
We're waiting.
I want to stick to volume 1 right now, but I'm just saying like there is some sexual harassment against Negi. And that's where a little bit of sexual harassment comes in because of Love Potion, and we get to meet our second, Negi's
the newest introduction.
Second love interest. His second love interest, Nodoka Mizuyaki.
I would say the second would be Incho, because I don't actually know her name.
It's
Incho.
God, I can't remember her name.
I would say that's the second, because like she's obviously horny for that child dick.
Ayaka, yeah, she is introduced as kind of wanting to be a kiss ass, and we'll
Her
get to her.
hers
Her
is
things
more
in
of
volume
like
2.
a jokey thing, though.
We'll talk about her because I'm really interested in what we see about her character so far in volume 2. But Nodoka Miyazaki, the librarian book club girl, who back when I read this as
Anya-san.
however the hell old I was definitely at the target demographic age. She was my instant favorite. I've always had a thing for the shy, nerdy girls who are quiet and cute, such as being her, Hinata, to name 2. I'm sure there's others, but the next character that I love the most that comes to mind is Mizuri. But that goes from
Mizuri?
quiet,
Who?
from Rosario plus Vampire. But that goes from
Oh,
quiet and cute
wait,
to full-on stalker Yandere.
Wait,
So
I'm sorry.
Nodoka-
Which one's Mizuri? I'm sorry.
Mizuri
names are
Shiryuki
bad.
is the ice girl.
Okay, you just had to say her name, and I was like, oh yeah, now.
Mizuri Shiryuki.
It's been a while since I saw
But
that show.
what do you
That's
guys
so
think?
on the nose. Sorry, but Shirayuki, like, come on.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of Nodoka? Because she's the first
Nodoka-
one that we see that really.
I like they call her Hanya-san.
Yeah, bookstore-chan. In the
Bookstore.
Anya is like bookstore. Or I think it's supposed to be like
Oh.
It's like bookstore. It's bookstore.
yeah.
Like, the
Because-
translation I saw was like, yeah, they call her Hanya-san or bookstore-chan.
I would also like to make a quick mention. A lot of the first half of the volume is dedicated towards the two getting along and Negi trying to make Asuna happy. This includes the Chad Takamichi trying to figure out how to make him like her. And that's when he finds out that Asuna is naturally a hairless woman. Which I looked up that word because I was interested, and it just means that she can't grow hair down there. Fun fact. So, Takamichi, what do you think of Asuna?
It's
she
really
wear
funny.
panties? We didn't even get into the discussion that Asuna,
Wait.
this 15-year-old girl,
Is
is
that-
into Takamichi,
In
like
the
30-year-old
translation
man.
you said, that's what he thought hairless?
Yeah,
In the translation I read, it was just like no panties. That's
it's
what they
no.
did.
He thought no panties for sure. It's that when it happened, I'm pretty sure there was the descriptionary word. I'm gonna find it right now.
I think what happens is Asuna herself is like, now he knows I'm a Paipon after the fact. Like she says that like after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah, Paipon. And
I must have just glossed over that.
I just thought that was kind of funny.
It's pretty funny. God, what was I gonna say?
It definitely would go over English speakers' head if they didn't decide to look up the word.
I'm surprised there wasn't a translator's note on that one.
Yeah.
I think I just
I don't
glossed
get
over
why they
that
didn't just
second.
translate it as now he knows I'm
Hairless.
I got
hairless.
nothing down there. No carpets.
Maybe
for
they
grapes.
thought that might
I
be
don't know.
too risque to say.
Maybe.
Who knows? Anyway, so we talked about Nodoka. You guys like her or not?
She's cute, but she's a little too cliche for me. Like, with Nodoka, it's like I know exactly the shenanigans that are kind of... I feel like I know exactly the shenanigans that are gonna, like, get up with her.
This is true.
Like, I like her friend Yue more.
Yue comes into place in Volume 4, I believe.
Yeah, but she should... Well, God, is Volume 1... Okay, so I don't think she's been properly introduced yet, but,
She's
Nodoka-
introduced as the Library Explorer
yeah, which is Volume 2,
Library
though.
Exploration
and a
Club.
Baka Ranger, but beyond that, she's had no character spotlight yet.
Yeah, but like Nodoka's cute, but she's like a little too cliche for my tastes.
Our tastes don't matter. We're not the target demographic.
I think all horny boys are target demographic.
Don't think about the horniness, or else people will come after you.
It's
all right.
very horny. There's no way not to.
Listen,
acknowledge
this is
it's
like-
very horny.
They're 15, you
People are
bastard.
like naked. They're still naked every
I know.
5 panels.
I know. It's
Well, like-
harem. All right.
Even though I just meant like not necessarily in that way. I just meant like not the kind of character that I would. She's like too cliche for me to really enjoy her, and that's kind of like a thing.
For you.
Like it's in general like the early bits of this manga, especially like the harem comedy bits, like I realized upon reread I don't love harem comedy shenanigans because I found myself kind of glazing over and hoping I would get to a battle soon.
It took
It doesn't
you
happen until like at
3
least
issues.
volume 2 or 3.
3 volumes.
You could argue there's a battle at the end of volume 1, but
Which we'll now talk about, the volleyballers.
no, it was dodgeball.
Yeah, well,
Dodgeball.
it starts off with volleyball.
Well, so
Oh, this is where we
No.
see Takamichi being a Chad.
A Chad.
oh yeah,
He just
His
comes in and is
ability-
all like, yo, stop that.
His ability
And they
to
just
take
do
charge
it.
of the situation. Yeah.
And can you like correct me? Was he smoking in that scene?
He.
I don't
Or was that, like,
remember.
lollipop?
I am
oh,
scrolling through it right
it was
now.
probably smoking.
There is no sign that shows that it's a lollipop, but, and even the way he holds it, he definitely has a smoking habit, and I'm gonna say since there's no smoke coming off of it, that he just put a lollipop in his mouth.
Okay. It could just be unlit because children are around.
Yeah, that's why I said it's probably a lollipop. It's just to keep something in his mouth so he doesn't go trying to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first battle of this battle manga, as Angel liked to point out. And not
It's
much.
the closest thing.
There's not much to talk about when it comes to it. It's a typical anime, battle of sports. Then Negi horribly.
The end of Greed Island arc. Well, it's not really the end. The dodgeball game in Greed Island. This is not. Hold on, I gotta look up when Greed Island was published because I want to know how much he's ripping.
I doubt it was.
Hey, nothing is
really
truly
doubt that's what
original.
inspired it.
Hold on now.
Well, then
okay.
again, I wouldn't have guessed the thing with Gun Freaks' eyes. So who knows?
But,
it was 2001. Wait, okay, hold on. No, I have to check the chapter that came out. Okay, you guys go ahead and talk. I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay. So the volleyball. What to say besides I don't like those scenes. Were they in high school or were they like
the
seniors
girls
in middle school?
They were high schoolers.
The Black Lilies are straight up high schoolers.
They're high schoolers picking on middle schoolers?
By
They're
Japanese
seniors in high
grades,
school?
second years in Japan are considered American 8th graders, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, they're like if a high schooler picked on an 8th grader.
Wow.
Still pretty.
It's pretty fucked up.
But
There's obviously a physical difference, and then you come to find out that these girls are purposely chose this game just because they're professional dodgeball players.
yeah.
Which even them are like, yo, you still play dodgeball?
They're
It's
such
even
professional dodgeball players. They wear the uniform
doesn't one
under
of them
their...
call them out or something?
Yeah, like
isn't
Yeah,
one of
one
them
of them
like
is all
that's lame?
a dodgeball team in high school? Isn't that an elementary school game?
Yeah.
And then they go, shut up, nobody asked you. And the only one impressed is Negi, who thinks it's awesome.
Well, yeah, but I think he'd be impressed if no matter what they said at that.
Definitely.
We are the professional lesbian club. I think he'd be clapping.
Oh, it's
I
so
don't
progressive.
know about that, but
You're gonna bring some heat on us for our first episode with everything you keep saying.
We
so-
should get rid of the haters early on.
The tournament, the little dodgeball fight.
okay, guys.
What is it? What did you find? Is he ripping off something, or is you trying to accuse this man?
It's like I wish I could find the. Okay, it looks like he might have because the
What?
actually so the dodgeball game I believe starts in. God, I can't find when it came out in the magazine.
It's period 5, if that helps.
Mm-hmm.
No, not that. That doesn't matter. Because I just know that Negima started February 26, 2003. The Tankobon release of the beginning of the dodgeball chapter was February 4th, 2003. Which means that, like, Tankobon, those are the volumes. They come out like a little well. 'Cause I don't know how much later they come out from um from the chapter release in the magazine, but that means I'm pretty sure that the dodgeball game happened before even the start of Negima.
Every time
Okay.
if there's a similar thing that was going on with some other manga, are you gonna be like, this guy copied this other mangaka?
No, it's specifically Hunter x Hunter because I feel like
I mean,
Negima. Go ahead.
I really, even if you like read it and it inspired Negi's like eyes and like little bits of his personality, I don't think he'd go that. I doubt he would like pull the volleyball things just like because Hunter x Hunter.
I don't know. I love to accuse of plagiarism personally.
Okay, so we're just gonna discount every accusation of plagiarism. You make from now on.
No, I just think it's a little interesting parallel is all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but
I think it's interesting that is that.
Well, wait,
okay.
was Haikyuu out yet?
Oh shoot.
Because it might have been Haikyuu if we're taking from anything, because that's like a manga about volleys. Yeah. What's the shuffling?
Yo, hello?
Hello?
He's got a
Did I
phone
miss
call.
anything? Because my headphones died for a second.
Alright.
Okay.
He was just wondering about Haikyuu, but it's unimportant because it wasn't even a real volleyball game. Moving on.
No, because it's dodgeball.
So the thing ends with Negima, not Negima, throwing the dodgeballs the volleyball turned dodgeball so hard with his wind magic that he completely rips off the high school girl's clothes, and we see she has black lace, and her and all her friends run away.
We actually see that beforehand.
I know we see that beforehand, but we also see that she's just completely wearing it. Point being,
I remember
they're embarrassed because they
when
lost
they
their
switch
clothes.
into their. I remember when they switched into their uniforms. I was like, wait a minute.
Did they show us
It's just one panel. They're wearing their uniforms, and then the next they're wearing their team uniforms.
Because they were wearing it underneath it, and that's just hilarious. They gotta walk around prepared for a dodgeball game at any moment.
Yeah, but it was cute. It was like some rom-com shenanigans, I guess.
Yeah, Volume 1, very much just, hey, here's Negi, here's Asuna, let's make them be friends after some tension. What did you guys think about Volume 1? Because I really enjoy it.
It's fine. It's a cute enough introduction. I don't think there's anything to really grab me personally. I think it could, I think like the big like emotional beat of the volume is like when he tells Asuna courage is the real magic, right?
That's literally the first period.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. That's like.
That's pretty much all that's the only real important thing that happened.
Yeah. Besides, of course, character introductions. I think it's fine enough. It's like cute, funny harem shenanigans. I think
here's all the characters you're gonna be acquainted with.
Here's a few of them. Some of them haven't even got screen time besides the fact
I bet you don't even know who Satsuki Yotsuba is.
I'm looking at her. She did.
Bro,
did
Sayo Aisaka even show up on panel?
No,
Who?
Saya has. I think she might have shown up in the first introduction. I'm gonna look at the images real quick, where the class is just first being shown to Negi.
Is she there? Because I know
she's definitely not commented upon and given any real introduction. And I don't remember when she's supposed to get that.
She gets her introduction really late.
Yeah.
I remember. I think it's like after the school festival.
I remember in the anime that I watched, it was a bit early on, and I'm looking to see her at all in the background. And I don't see her at all. So she's not even shown on screen yet. on paper.
Who are we talking about again? Satsuki?
So don't worry. No, we're talking about a character that has not even appeared in the manga yet, except for in the class roster.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at a big overview of the class, and her table partner has nobody next to her, so she's not even in yet.
Yeah, you know why that is?
I know why that is. I watched the anime, which is how I know some things.
Yeah.
I don't. Please.
She's a ghost.
She's a ghost.
Oh.
Her birthday is like 1940.
I know the ghost. I know about the ghost. I know about the ghost.
Oh no, her current status is deceased.
Oh no.
She's a ghost!
That's her whole thing. So that ends volume 1.
Bro, Negi should have ended with Aisaka. That's fucked up.
Mike, Mage.
Yes.
So your overall thoughts on volume 1? Does it accomplish its goal of getting us to know Negi and Asuna?
Yes. I wish there was like more magic. My only thing.
Needed more battles.
We'll get to
I don't even care about the battles. I wasn't going in expecting battles. I was going in expecting rom-com shenanigans.
Well, here's our rom-com shenanigans when it comes to magic. A love potion and the fact that Negi sneezes blow clothing up to pieces or just off you completely.
I was aware of that from UQ Holder.
But you know, that first chapter / episode of UQ Holder, like specifically that intro bit is actually really good.
And I want you to shut up about it.
Alright, sorry.
The whole reason
we'll get to that when we get to that.
The whole reason we're doing Negima is so we could get to that.
We'll do a bonus episode when you leave of us talking about the first episode of UQ Holder.
Who do you think's uploading this?
No, we won't. Now the people are going to demand we do it.
No.
We'll get that episode in
we'll get that episode in
when people start watching this.
No. We'll get that episode in a matter of 356 chapters. Alright? That's when we'll get there.
We're not gonna be a Negima podcast.
We're going to be doing Negima every week until we finish it. We'll also do other shit, don't worry.
No.
Yeah, me and Angel will then, because this is something I want to do.
Yes, you can have a separate podcast.
The Negima segment of the week.
Negima segment of the week. I like that. All right, so the next arc, volume 2, is the Baka Rangers. So the Baka Rangers takes place because Negi needs to make the dumb
one thing I really
smart.
wanted to say, sorry, to go back to the dodgeball game, is if you notice, all the powerhouses decided to sit on the side.
What?
All the powerhouse characters, this is kind of spoilery, I guess. Like, this is talking about future, but like all the powerhouse characters, like Mana and Chao and Setsuna.
All the good fighters, like the ninja girl.
Yeah, like all of them were like, we don't want to play this dodgeball bullshit.
It's all like we trained our lives.
I feel like
we have
it's
better
like
things to do than dodgeball.
It's like Akamatsu knew, he's like, these are the characters that are like really strong, so I'm not gonna have them show their shit this early on.
Yeah, maybe so.
I just found that really funny though. Like with Evangeline, it makes the most sense because she doesn't give a shit about the school at all.
Evangeline and
Oh, that reminds me. When we get to the Evangeline fight, I'm gonna ask questions.
All right, shut up then. Baka Rangers, we got our fun girls. We got Yue. We got Kufei. Who I like, at least in the English translation that I'm reading. Her Japanese / English, because it's translated, is pretty broken, showing that she has difficulties.
Yeah, she speaks in like broken English because Japan is racist.
Or in their case, broken Japanese.
Wait, who is this?
This is the Chinese girl with pigtails.
Yes, okay. I thought so.
Who does martial arts. We also have in the Baka Rangers, who else was there? Asuna, of course. Yue, who's only there because she refuses to study.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite, is that Yue could not be a Baka Ranger, but she just doesn't care.
Maki. And who is the other one?
Maki is
the gymnastics girl who has a ribbon.
Yes.
So Kaede and Kaede,
like
the ninja
the
girl.
Spider-Man.
Kaede, yeah.
So those girls make up the Baka Rangers. They'll save the grades near you.
The dumbest girls in class.
Well, one of them
God.
I think is like the smartest. She just doesn't care.
Yeah, UA. But yeah. So this one starts with basically like they're all really dumb.
Let's make
also,
them play baseball Jenkin.
Which is strip, rock, paper, scissors. What is it?
Baseball Jenkin is...
They play rock, paper, scissors, and whoever loses takes...
No, they play
No,
vocabulary.
because they're doing it to study, too.
They play vocabulary baseball Jenkin. English vocab baseball Jenkin. Which is, if you get the English translation wrong for the Japanese word, or reverse, you must strip off a piece of clothing, because this is a harem anime manga, and we must get that nakedness in there. And of course, all the Baka Rangers end up with all their tops off.
Yeah, because they're doing that because the final is coming up, and they need to improve their grades pretty much.
Yep, and
they're doing it because something about going to kindergarten again.
Yes. Negi has been told, or at least he's under the impression, that if his class does not succeed off of first place, he will be sent back to England, Wales.
Not first place,
no,
they just have to not get last place.
I meant out of last place, if they don't get out of last.
Oh, okay.
And it's not just impression, they legit, that's how it's, he got a letter that's saying, yeah, do this or you fail.
No, he gets a letter that says...
Everyone else...
He gets a letter that says if Class 2A breaks out of last place on the upcoming final exam, I will make you an official teacher. It doesn't say anything about sending him back to England.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If he doesn't become an official teacher, he can't stay and be a teacher.
Well, he can still continue being a student teacher. But the point being, he believes that if he fails, he goes back home, while the others believe if they fail, they get held back and split up.
Well, the class gets, split up.
And the dumb ones get put back in first grade, all the way back to first grade.
Kindergarten.
I like the drawings of them in the
thing.
Okay, go ahead.
No, this is something I really want to discuss. Back to Negi's thing. What do you mean that he can stay a student teacher? I was under the impression that if he couldn't do it, this was like his probation, and if he couldn't pass, he has to go back.
They never explicitly say that he has to go back if he doesn't pass the finals. Point being,
then there's no tension. Then there's no reason for him to do that.
The tension is the character doesn't know and he believes it. He believes that he'll be sent back to Wales. I'm saying the principal never explicitly says that he'll be sent back to Wales.
I feel like it's implied, though.
It is implied. It's all
this is like he may not have said you're going to be sent back. But
the point being, shut the fuck up.
And we can move on to the fact that the Baka Rangers now believe that they need a magical book to succeed.
Yes.
We never did find out if that wasn't magic.
It was magic.
It was. Negi straight up sensed magic from it.
Okay, but what does it do? Do we know?
It makes you smarter when you hold it.
Smarter.
Are we sure?
Well,
that's what it does.
Like, that's a magic book?
While we can while we can interpret that it's the belief in ourselves that by holding this book we're smarter and we're answering these questions right, and it's actually that we know. Negi straight up says that this book literally will make you smarter. Piece of cake. It's a magic book.
I scrolled right over that. I just thought it said, yeah, that's an actual magic book.
So they descend into the island library with Negi having sealed his magic because he believes he needs to stop running to magic as a solution. Now, just look.
He was all like, yeah, I'm going to cast a spell that makes everyone smarter for 3 days. And
they'll be dumb for a month.
Everyone... what was your guys' translation? Mine was just they go pa.
They become dumb for a whole month. Like dumber than a bag of rocks.
For a whole month.
Yeah.
For me, it was just they go pa.
Man, where did you get your translation?
Kiss manga.
That explains it.
Oh, don't go to Kiss manga. The scans get really bad around God, where is it? At some point the scans get really bad, which is why I stopped reading it.
remember, kids, don't do piracy. Buy to support the official creator.
I mean, like,
Shut
unless
up.
there is no official translation, then what do you do?
Then
They're a child pedo, like what was that guy that with the reverse sword?
what?
Kenshin?
Yeah, that guy came out. Turns out that guy's a pedo.
Yeah, don't support Kenshin, kids.
Pirate that one all you want.
Or just don't read
Or
it.
don't just
Apparently
read it.
it's not that good.
But I would love to say that this library is very beautiful, and I would love to be there.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like
really impractical, but really cool.
What kind of school is this that has just?
Well,
and they're like all like for me they were all like, yeah. This
the
is
nature of the school will be revealed as the series continues.
As well
I
as
will never read it. So
what?
Oh,
why do we even bother?
Well, we can't talk about it.
So the Library Island isn't directly related to the school. The school does get to use it, but it was built specifically just to hold a bunch of books during World War II. Because World War II,
like the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, because it's infamous for World War II is pretty infamous for burning of books and knowledge and shit going on. So that was the purpose for it over the years. It's just another place to store all this knowledge for the future. Hell, even on the first floor they go into, which I believe is sub floor 3, you see beyond Yue that the place is so fucking expansive. You see trees and lights in the background, and I just want to be in this library. I'm such a nerd, but I just want to go there.
I like the adventure bits, like them traversing over the shelves and stuff.
Booby-trapped, like, normal-ass books with arrow traps.
People who are designing a library that is in a shonen battle manga.
Here's a better question. Who the hell okays your school students to go into Library Island knowing full well that it's booby-trapped with deadly traps like arrows and pitfalls?
They do mention that younger members of the Library Exploration Club can only go so far.
But even still, you're letting high schoolers and college students.
That arrow trap.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Arrow trap for a book that's just there.
But also Kaede caught that with their bare hands. So the students at
Kaede has 4 levels in Monk.
What's the name of it? It actually has 4 levels in Ninja, but
Monk D&D 5e Monk can catch arrows from the middle of the air.
Oh, okay.
She's just flavored as a ninja.
Yeah.
What was I saying? God, what's the name of the school? Mahora Academy, right?
Yeah.
The girls in Mahora Academy are just built different.
Every time I read that, I wanted to say Madoka Academy. I knew that was wrong, but, like, that's how I kept reading it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that,
What's that mean? Magic something?
I forgot Konaka came with them as well. She's also there.
Which one's Konaka?
Asuna's roommate and daughter of the headmaster.
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay. Everyone's names escape me.
Well, good thing you apparently won't memorize it.
Except for Takamichi, Negi, Honya-san, and... No, that's it.
What, not even Asuna?
No.
Wow. So they're exploring through the deadly underground that is the island.
Evangeline.
And then they have to do English vocab twister. So we later found out that this is all just something the headmaster...
That's the best part of the arc.
We all just found out that this is something the headmaster himself set up. But can you imagine a ancient civilization, or not, I guess they're not ancient civilization, just people like from the fucking 1940s setting up English twister vocab, armed by mechanical golems, and if you get it wrong, then you fucking smash you?
Don't worry about it.
To be fair, at that point we knew something was magic, so it was like, yeah, this could be updated.
We find out all the way at the bottom floor there's an elevator, so...
Yeah.
Hidden behind a waterfall with a big sign that says emergency exit. This whole
right
island.
After a bunch of a pop quiz.
This whole island makes no sense, and that's why it's a good island.
It's a really fun little adventure.
It really
is. It was like a Magic Island that reconfigures its layout, like a roguelike.
That would be hilarious and it would make more sense for the club. But if you go to period 9, the fourth page, shows what the bottom floor they're in is, which has the roots of what I guess is the big ass tree. There's even a manor / castle building in the fucking background behind the lake and shit. And again, I would just love to be in the exploration club. I'd love to explore this place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
So
the library's cool.
He's actually snoring.
No, that's what you really need in like in your little. It's a shame because Negima isn't really an adventure series because they never really like. I feel like
they don't go anywhere.
They don't go anywhere, and this is like kind of the most interesting place they go to. But I think they could have done more with exploring the school, with how like massive it is and how it's like clear ties to the magic world.
Oh, it's fucking huge.
It's about the size of a city, I think they say at some point.
Yeah,
or like
the
a
school
town.
itself.
Right.
The school was built, and then a city was even built around it. But I think we could fit all of our own town in it. So.
Which we will not disclose.
Yeah, that's why I said our own town.
Yes, I just wanted to draw attention to the joke.
Anyway, Asuna, Negi, they have a bit of which by might I add, this is a
better Asuna than some other writers we will not name.
God, I
They're
fucking
the same
hate him.
character.
I fucking Asuna's actually not that bad in that series. I just
early on.
We'll rant about my
Asunas
hate.
are there?
We'll rant about my hate of SAO later.
No, we won't.
We will, maybe. Depends on how long this is. We're already at the 51-minute mark.
Oh shit.
Anyway, the Baka Rangers eventually do get out. They leave the book behind, and it turns out they have the smarts in them all along.
Did they? I guess they did, because they take the test, right?
Yeah, they studied while down there.
I thought I honestly, yeah, like Negima was like teaching them for like 3 days.
So Negi does not get expelled, and instead becomes a full-on teacher. I hereby appoint Negi Springfield as a teacher at Mora Academy Junior High Division, effective April 2nd, 2003. Which means these girls are about 15, 14 years old.
Was this next chapter in 3 or the end of 2 where the e-girl idol showed up?
Okay,
the chapter's called
we gotta talk about how forward-thinking Mr. Akamatsu
I was thinking about this yesterday as well. Her name is Chiame. Is that pronounced? Chisame. So, the fact that Chisame exists as a character back, because I don't remember this era much at all. I was like 5 at most.
I think the fact that she's also just called an e-girl is something.
Yeah. And when I read that it said e-girl, I was wondering, is this a modern translation? Because
no, it's not.
Because that's hilarious.
He was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, because especially these past few years, he's pretty ahead of the curve.
When can I donate to Chisame's Patreon?
Dude, when can we donate to our OnlyFans? How about that?
When's the Chisame VTuber?
Would have an only.
Well, not definitely. She's underage to own one.
Not yet. Not yet.
They don't need to know that.
They do not need. She uses Photoshop. So Chisame, this is the first time besides Asuna that I believe we get a single character focus.
Don't we get one on Konoka, or is that after this?
That is after this.
Okay, then this is the first time they focus on like one other girl.
And it's simply just us finding out that this quiet girl who thinks her classmates are a bunch of idiots because they allow unacceptable stuff to just happen around them. Like a 10-year-old.
She's the straight man.
She's the straight man.
Yeah.
A 10-year-old.
Yeah, like
a robot.
She's doing this. Yeah, and she thinks it's weird. Like, y'all doing this just in public. I keep my weirdness to my bedroom.
Yeah, the moment
Where
she
nobody
enters
knows
her
who I am.
room, she strips down and changes into other outfits to do photo shoots.
Yeah, so that's the funny thing is that she's a weirdo herself.
It gets online creepers to love her. It's so modern.
She's doing that in her room, in the privacy of her house.
Yeah, I love that. She's just like, listen, if you're gonna be weird, keep it to yourself. That is Chisame's philosophy.
And then Negi breaks privacy laws and just walks in an open door.
Yeah.
It's unlocked, so I let myself in.
For like two things about that. Like, one, she didn't remember to lock her fucking door. And two, Negi, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, but that's explained by apparently that Chisame has like this like urge that builds up inside her to go to her like e-girl ways, and she just couldn't contain herself, so she had to rush into her apartment.
Yeah.
Like, did she her hand like start shaking?
Does she live in the dorms?
Yeah, she does.
She lives in the dorms, right?
Yeah. Everybody lives in the dorms except for Evangeline.
Evangeline doesn't.
Eventually,
how do you say your name? Chachamaru?
Chachamaru, yeah.
Another way they show that Negi is a 10-year-old child is, for when he barges in and just starts going, wow, this is so cool, you're so pretty, wow, this is cool. This asshole who himself wears glasses, takes her glasses and runs off with them. He doesn't know how much she actually relies on that shit. What an asshole.
Yeah, she doesn't know her prescription.
And then we come into my least favorite trope in fiction, which is, oh, you look so much cuter without your glasses. Megane is
says the glasses wearer.
Hey.
Here's the thing, though. The best response to that is, so do you.
So do you, I can't see anymore.
She should have said that.
So then Negi has her chase him all the way to the party they have going on
while she's in
her bunny suit, and then proceeds to blow them off.
Didn't want to be seen in this. Why are you doing this?
Not only does she get seen in this bunny outfit that she was wearing and didn't have time to change out of because she was too busy chasing the 10-year-old brat teacher, he then proceeds to, again, do a magic sneeze, rip her clothes away, and all that remains is a single crotch piece on her hips because we can't be showing the naughty bits. Oh, and I guess her stockings and gloves. Those are all that remain about her outfit. Mm-hmm. And it's just...
And then the chapter kind of ends there, right?
The chapter does end there. So the first character-centric, we get to learn something about a character
was this the beginning of the third or the end of the second?
We're still in the second.
This is still second volume.
Next, we get...
this is like the closer, right?
Yep.
No, there's 2 more chapters.
There's 2 more. Next, we get another chapter that's character-focused. This time on the twins, Fuka and
this chapter, most
Fumika.
of it... Yeah,
Fuka
and Fumika.
No memory of this chapter.
The walking
this
club?
Chapter is like whatever, who gives a shit. They just walk around the school and see a bunch of random bullshit in the clubs and stuff. But it has my favorite gag in the whole series, which is when Fuka and Fumika are obviously very childlike because they look like little girls too. They're really young for their age.
Okay, but like seriously, I have no memory of this chapter.
Well, don't worry, I'll handle this discussion because I love this chapter for one reason alone. So they act really childish to Negi and they tease him and shit. And so initially Negi writes in his book because he keeps notes about all the girls. I think he said Nolika is cute. Did he write something for Chisame?
Chisame
actually cute. I don't remember. I don't remember if he wrote anything down at the end of that chapter.
Okay, but for Fuka and Fumika, he writes very childish, but unbeknownst to Negi, they take the book from him and they change it to say very mature and surprisingly skilled for themselves.
Actually, the one who did that was the older twin.
Okay, yeah.
Fuka.
Older twin.
Twins always gotta distinguish themselves by whoever was born 5 minutes.
Except if you're younger, in which case it doesn't matter.
In which case you're like, stop saying I'm younger. I'm your twin.
But, well, anyway, yeah, Fuka writes that. And then so Negi goes home, and Asuna sees the book, and she's like, "What do you mean, very mature and surprisingly skilled? What did you two get up to?"
So your favorite trope in anime manga is the misunderstanding?
You had sex misunderstanding.
I just thought that was really funny. It's not my favorite trope or anything. I just think that's my favorite gag in the series so far.
All right, next we're going.
Did you fuck my classmates? You can't.
The most childish of my classmates. All right, next one is another character focus, so we get 3 in a row, and this one is finally on Ayaka.
Ayaka is
the class representative.
Oh, was that not the Konoko one?
No, it's not. We're still not at her chapter. Unless I did these chapters.
This is where the bunny girl thing ended, and this is where it. Like, I swear to God that you probably missed an entire chapter.
This is why you don't use Kiss Anime.
The only thing I've ever used.
Hold on, I'm gonna take a quick water break, and I'm surprised about how long it's taken us to get through, Volume 1 and get into Volume 2.
We have opinions.
We do have opinions. Let me grab some water real quick, and I'll be back with some opinions on our Shotokan.
This is a good place for a break.
Are we skipping the... Wait, what about the Kodoka chapter?
No, we'll come back on that.
Okay.
This is like us to do things. Like, eat. Or...
Oh, are we pausing it then? Because I would actually like to eat, because I want to eat dinner.
Yeah, like same.
Okay. Well, he's gone, so one of us has to let him know.
Just send a Discord message. We're taking the opportunity for a break. Are you doing it, or should I?
I'm doing it. Okay, I'm going to disconnect then. I'll be back.
Okay.
We should definitely not focus this much on a series in the next podcast.
Did you get the message?
Did I get a message? No.
Yeah, the Discord message. The angel sent he sent it to you.
Are we gonna have a dinner break?
Basically, we're taking... Yeah, just like... That seemed to be a good stopping point. We'll come back on the